Okay, I'm back. I had to switch the audio interface. I was using the NVIDIA RTX Vox voice, but it was messing up with the audio when I was doing some heavy stuff on a computer. I don't know why. It could be because my video card is very simple. It's a 1030, as I don't game on this computer. But, well, anyway, let's continue. So the sound's not going to be as great because I'm just using a filter and it's going to be more airy, but I don't know. I hope that's okay. So it's going to, of course, capture all the sounds from my neighborhood. A lot of dogs in here. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. But anyway, so what do we need on global options is master tune, master A, the note A tune, the Omni MIDI channel. So you can select a channel for all the layers at once. So it's set 1, it's going to just set once. Omni is going to be all layers, all channels. And the MIDI modulators are not going to be adding because we have the right-click parameter modulation for each of the on-screen options. And then the effects and MIDI processors are going to be on a list that is scroll up and down instead. So let me see if I can copy just these guys here. Not so much. So let me see what's going on in here. Why it's not select? Oh, because there is more stuff involved in there. But that's okay. What I want to do actually is just a centered option for the global. Then we have the list of stuff. So I'm not going to bother too much with that right now. Just let me rasterize and trim these layers so they also don't take so much of the memory. What is this guys here? Kiss PNG. I don't remember what's that. So okay, so the file is much smaller now. Maybe what I'm going to do is leave this for later. I'm just going to start recreating the actual skin files. So the initial skins I don't think I have created. Let me see what I have already done. So workstation, skin default. I already have created the initial files. Then I have to recreate the preset file, the global layer file, and also the about box to remove the Z1 and also make it a bit bad because I didn't like this one. Looks a bit crappy. So, well, how could I do I have some images that I don't think I stored them. Oh, here on the Z1 I have all the skin files. I still have them in here for the stuff that I use it. Like this synth. I took some ideas from this synth. Black texture. I was trying to do some other stuff, but I never finished it. I really didn't like the way it was looking. Oh, I like this one. That's the one I was hoping to use for the about box instead. So let me go for that. Then I finish the about box on the master interface. Then I can go to start coding around it, because I have to change the code for Z1, because the way I coded is not going to work, because we're going to have multiple layers and multiple presets. I'm doing everything from nearly zero, from scratch, to make it totally stable and run faster, especially the interface. So let me think now here. Let me open the layer, because there I have all the elements. And this one is going to take some time. At least the audio is not skipping, I think. Well, let me recheck something in here on my streaming, because it's been a while since I have been streaming. I don't know if anyone was watching my previous streams before. So I can check that the streaming is working. There's not much information in here. Just a minute. Let me close this up. So I want to do the about box in here using this guy, which I'll probably have to resize because it's huge. That's okay. We can do that. I was thinking something like centered, but on top of everything. So let's go move this to the top. Yeah, that's the thing. But let me align this correctly. Center. It's not a big deal here because it's going to align in the code, most likely. And then I can start doing the actual effects for that. So I'm going to use an outline to define the area with an inner shadow. Can you hear that? It's my next door lady sawing something. And the outer shadow, which are going to make it very heavy. I can't see it yet. Okay, it's there. Maybe I could also... was thinking, no, that's okay. But what I want to do is make it more like the background. So this background, so I can add this element, not the whole filter, but just a rounder rectangle, I think. No, that's not the one I want. This one, I guess. The outer one. So it goes on top. I like to test every single one until I get something that I kinda like. So something like that. But that goes just over the area. So select, invert pixel selection, delete. And I also want to make it a bit more bluish, so I can copy the color from here and apply here. Then I have to edit this, so it's bevel emboss color overlay. Well, not so much like that, but you get the idea. Okay, it's a bit too dark now. But let me write it in here. The letter is already correct. Keep it. That's the letter I'm using for everything, to keep it the same. And color, I'm going to be doing something different. There is no bold option for this. So again, another effect. Oh, come on, what did I press? This one. Okay. No. Of course, not so strong. Then I can add here, let's see, what is it? The lens filter on top of everything and put the bluish color, which is not that one. More like this. And we can continue here. Version created by me. And then we make it a bit smaller. Something like that, I think. But in here, I'm going to just I don't want to be centered. How do I do that? I can do that. Whoa. I have to test that if it's going to work. Then I have to brighten it up a bit. So I'm going to use brightness. That's kind of okay. It's just an about box. I'm not going to go too crazy about it. Maybe I can make the beat like this. Why it's not aligning? Oh, they're aligning the two ones that I selected. So let's put this in here. Nah, I hate it, to be honest. Not very happy with it. Let's see if I can make this better. So this guy, I'm using the overlay. Let's try a darker overlay, maybe. So if you just leave it like that, it's okay, I guess, but it's not what I wanted. Let me see again if this guy. I'm just playing around. Not going to spend too much time on this, but I want to look a bit different. If maybe I make the letters white instead. Yeah, it looks a bit better. So what it is this guy here? So I have this background. He's already aligned. That one I like it. It's just an about box, but you get the idea. So what I have to do now is copy this, create a new image. Weird, it's creating very large. Why so? Because usually, let me try to merge every layer. Okay, so it merged it into a layer. Okay, now it's correct. So this is the image I'm going to be using. So I can overwrite the one that I have in there. So skin files default about box, which I have to actually change it in a few areas. I'm just checking something. Just a minute. Sorry about my voice. Sometimes it fails a bit. So how the hell do I take care of the chat? Okay, I was just checking the stream. So this I have to save it, neither do this. And this I can hide it so it doesn't mess up. Man, so slow. Okay, so I have to create the new background image. What I'm going to do, export this into a new file. Export. I'm pressing enter, it's doing nothing. I'm a bit slow today, but with time I will get a bit better. Let me test something here. I'm just going to test something on the chat because I'm using a new program to test things out. And where is the other? Streamlabs and Twitch. I can see that the on my Streamlabs it's showing the stream chat for the Twitch, but not for the YouTube. I have no idea how to do that. Well, it's not a big deal, but it would be nice if I could just see both at the same time. And now I can't see anything. Where is it? Oh boy. Yeah, it doesn't show. Why it's showing the Twitch? Never mind. So, okay. I'm not going to go there. Oh, it looks like my photo editor crashed. Ah, come on. Yeah, I think it's crashed. Oh boy. Let's see again. Okay, now I got... Let's try again. So, okay, this is going to be the new... So let me export. Let's see if it's going to export this time. Just create a temporary file to export to. Let's take some water. Okay, it's positioned on top of the old one, so I can remove a few things. Actually, I need to remove all this here, but I have to place the new one. I forgot. So let's start again. Yeah. There goes the dog. He's not in my home. So let's take this guy here. This goes away. This goes away. And also this goes away. Then the preset name I have to remove. All these guys can be left in there. And everything else I can copy from the old file. Oh, so annoying. The dog. Temporary file. And let's not save it, this file. Don't save it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, master. Okay. Temporary file again. Then we place on top. I don't know if there is a better way to do this on this program, but that's the way I do it. It works for me. Okay. Perfectly aligned. So let's check it out now. The top, I don't change anything. If I recall, here it's all going to be the same. Yeah, that's all going to be the same. There's no changing there. And neither in the top and bottom areas. Just here on the wave sequencer, what I changed is that I removed the music station Z1 from there. And also removed the empty. And then I added the wave sequencer and LFO's button. And everything else is the same. So this is done. So I can save it, flatten it, and I don't save the original file. So with that, I already have the new about box. It's not that bad. I wish to change something, but for now I'm going to leave like that. Later I can mess around with this more. So now, what I'm going to do, I can leave this guy and start messing around with the code. So, if I just compile this, it's going to show the last version that I was working on. Okay, still loading the older file. But I changed this. I think I know what it is. It's the registry. Music station is still using the old registry. I don't know why, because I changed it. Huh. I remember changing this. So let me check this on the plugin processor. Registry current application. I have to change a few more things to change this from Music Station Z1 to AD. But the file is AD, so I was not using. It's still using this registry here. Why it's doing that? Yeah, but still doing that. So let's put in this correct location. AD, data files, select folder. Okay, now it's correct. Just the position of a few elements, I have to change it. And the about box is working, just have to change the text to showing there. So it's getting there. Okay, I can resize this. Then I can check a few things because I don't need to redo this file. Well, it looks much better when it does. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm just wondering why it's still using... Yeah, it's still using Music Station Z1. Strange. Because I'm using for the key the actual file that I'm compiling. Unless, of course, somewhere else I'm not using it, so I'm just going to check that. Oh, that is correct. So let me check the file. It's not a big deal, I'm just more curious about it. To see if it's correct in creating. It goes in plugins, standalone file, standalone plugin actually. And latest file, oh, it's still creating Music Station Z1. And that's the problem. So let me change that. I probably forgot to change the juice file. So let's see. Station AD. Station file. Oh, here. Music Station AD. Just so it doesn't mess up everything and confuse my head. Okay, I found the problem. It's not a big deal. Now what I want to do is change the station audio process, change all these calls, the class files actually, to AD. Yes. Okay, now it's correct. True. Change the music preset. True. C1 with station AD. I'm going to put STAD so it doesn't look like WSAD, which sounds a bit silly. This is just a bit of some silly stuff. So let me check now the interface, the plugin editor, which already changed to AD as well. So let's see if there's any other place that I'm using. Well, those are library files. That's not going to help me. I have to actually open all the files. Well, maybe later. Let's see if this is going to throw any errors. And I know I have to remove all these warnings and check every single one what it is, but most are just silly stuff. I already checked. I just forgot to remove. So for now, I'm going to ignore them. When compiling such a large project, it helps a lot to have 8-core processor compared to a 4-core, because it can then do in parallel several files. But sadly, in the end, it also has to link into a single file, and that always uses just one processor. I don't know if there's going to be a multi-processor. No, it's not possible, because you have to link and add in an incremental way, so I don't know. I'm just mumbling, I know. Okay, so the code is working for what I was going to create as the Vuzix Station Z1. So creating it for the AD is going to require a lot of changes to the interface, because right now it already starts with an interface and the layer we had, which is this layer type, but it shouldn't do that. It should start with the selector instead. But at least this is working, so I can just move this to another file and continue from there. So a few things are working. The preset, okay, I have to change the header too. And the preset libraries works very great because it uses a file system and it's very fast to browse stuff. And it's already working. So this is a code I can reuse it. So okay, that's kind of working. I just have to change the position of the elements. And this arrow here is going to open a multi-preset chainer, which is going to work much better compared to the Vuzix Station X, because I'm going to make the whole thing using a multi-preset. So you are always using a multi-preset, but just with one preset. It's just when you open and add more presets, it's going to add more. So, okay, what I have to do now, I have to organize this. I also have to update Vuzix Studio. I'm still using 2017. I didn't find any benefits from the newer versions. So let me think now, because there's a lot of stuff I have to redo. I already have a lot of stuff created. So I have the components, the browser, the main interface, and the resize the library. The modules I'm just imported from Vuzix Station X, but I'm going to change the way they work. And then I have the preset and the processing. So it's a lot of stuff I already created. I just have to move a few things around. Before I do that, I'm going to finish the interface files. So when I resize, I already have everything in the right place. So we have 3 files for the interface. And the way I work this is the top is shared, but on the preset it shows a close button instead. So I will have to move that around a bit. So let me open Actually, what I should first do is start with the initial interface. Okay, let me think here. I need to create a file, so it's going to be on my source files. Well, I can start creating it. Then I can move to another file later on to make it easier to be organized. So let's close everything. Then I'm going to start with the processor here. And I'm going to create a new class. It's going to be the layer class. So we're going to have a layer type, and then the layer object. And then I can create another class that's going to be layer. I'm trying to think a name like the parent layer. That's not how they call it. I keep forgetting the name. I'm going to create blank for now. Oops. But that's not the name I want to use actually. Layer type, I think. I can use layer type. Then I can use layer type, the actual layer, or layer object. Why it's complaining? What? No, scope pointer. Layer object then, or layer class. I'm trying to think of a better name, because then I can create other layers on top of this class. So I'm going to create this on another file actually, but for now I'm going to leave it in here. So I can go like layer sample player wave sequencer. Then use the layer here. That's what I'm trying to do. And I need to know the type, because sometimes I'm going to be having to access the original non-virtual stuff from there. So virtual process, then virtual voice process. I can just copy these two guys in here. Prepare to play. Process block. No override. Yeah, that's correct. Then when you create a class based on that, you have to do the override. Okay. That should work. I'm not going to use a 0 because sometimes I could have a layer type that just one type of thing, so I'm going to leave like that. It's not a big deal. I pass the MIDI buffer, the audio buffer. Sorry. I was hearing a loud noise and was something here next to me. It was making some noise. Okay, let's continue. So, okay, I have my layers, but the thing is, this should go to a preset object. And there, and this is when things start to get complicated, but not so much. Because since I'm going to have a multi-preset class, and the layers are part of the preset, I think. Yeah, I think that's correct. And now I can create an array of presets. And that's going to be class because there's just one type of preset. Class layer. And in here, I'm going to create another array. Layer. Layers. Yeah, I think that's correct. Unless I'm missing something. Then the stuff that go on actually preset has to go there instead. So I can reuse that file actually because it already has everything in there. What is it? Library preset structure. Because this is a preset structure for one type of layer. So I have to create one file for each type. I know I add a lot of stuff to the code that looks nonsense, but it's just my OCD talking. It's a pain in the ass for me, so I really hate to do that, but I have to do. I just have. So, okay, you have the preset, and then the preset can have global options. So the global class could go in here. But at the same time, it doesn't really need to be a global class because, well, maybe later I'm going to be adding more stuff to it. So for now, what I'm going to do, yeah. So I have my preset, my layers, and then the global layer. Okay, let's copy the global and remove all this. Then I also need the name of the preset, of course. So it's going to be string. So the effects that was going to be for Vultix Z1 I can remove. I'm just going to have volume, fine tuning, MIDI channel, and master 8 tune, which should be a float. I don't know why it's not. So since it's part of the preset, I don't have to use the W on front of everything anymore. So it looks kind of okay. I have the name of the preset. What's complaining? Okay. Oh, here. Okay, so that looks okay. Just going to call it 80 preset. And then on a processor, I'm just creating a bunch of presets. So it should work now. And then I'm going to create a new file for each of the preset types that we have. Other thing I have to create is the get information, the state information. Because I will need to get information from these classes about the what is being used, and I can add more as I go, but the basic stuff is that. Of course, if I compile now, it's going to complain about a lot of things because I removed the preset, the global preset, and I have to change that. So one thing I have to add current preset, multi preset actually, current multi preset, so I know in which multi preset I'm on. So when I'm doing a MIDI learn for the global MIDI channel, what I will do is presets, current MIDI preset. So where is the global now? Didn't I have the global already? Oh, I didn't add the global, okay. Global. That is this stuff. Global. Layer. Oh yeah, I have to start adding. I'll have to revise that at some point, because I have to add MIDI learn to all the layers in a more automated way. So I'm not going to be using it like this. So my MIDI processor is very small right now. There's not much in here. And what I have to do now is during the constructor check, because I'm going to change the parameters in here, because I was having fixed parameters for the stuff on the screen. And since it's going to have a multi-preset and multi-layer option, we can't work like that. We have to work in a different way. So let me check my parameter file in here. So how I'm going to handle this? The idea is to create, let's say, 299 parameters with no name. And then when you right click on a parameter on the screen, you can select to automate, to MIDI learn, and stuff like that. And then it's going to assign one of those 299 parameters to it. So I'm adding 299, and I'm going to add this to a define here. So it's easy if I need to change later, just in case. In the parameter listener, string the number of the parameter. Okay, that's good. The categories list is for the preset browser. Preset name I'm not using. Then we create the parameters. So we have the parameter list, and you have to add. Okay. Well, how am I going to do that? So it adds the ID, which is the number of the parameter. and just put a blank name. And it's a regular parameter from 0 to 1. Okay, that should work. So during the initialization, it checks if the background exists. If it doesn't, you have to find the file. If it does, it's going to read a bunch of stuff. Let me check what it's doing here. So it doesn't load any graphics. Okay, that's correct. And during the destruction, we have to remove the parameters, which we already do. Okay. If the parameter change now, this I have to do later because I have changed the way everything works, so it's not going to work. Now I have to check the editor. So when it starts up, I don't want to be loading all these images. There's a strange bird next to me here outside. I have the curtains closed so he can't see me, but it's very loud. I think you can hear it. So let me check. Layer selection, the preset I need on the screen, the filter knob not, the master volume yes, layer stuff no, all these we can remove. So the panic button we want, the preset search, options, layer pitch lock no, filter. If I forget something I can get from the backup. So I'm just quickly removing the stuff that I have to add in another way, not like this. Those are all the objects. Browser, options, component, run or preset, start, search, close button. I think those are all the ones that we need. Then you can go here on images and also remove a few of these guys, like the sample player cached and wave sequencer, the lock, reverb, man, it's loud. The big knob we don't need it, the measure we need, fader we don't, on and off we need, select no, not in here, envelope linear no, chicken no. Okay, so I think those are the basic ones that I'm going to need for the interface startup. That should do it. Then now I have to redo a few things. So let me check on the creator here. Look in view. Okay, view looks correct. Then we have the loading background. Okay, so those components, I have to take care of this later on. This is for automation in MediaLearn, because I'm going to do it in another way. Well, very similar to that, but locate the data folder, tree press I'm not using right now, just for some debugging stuff, so this is all disabled. I'll remove the search box component. So let me see, where is it? Where is the search box? Okay, I put it back. The favorite stuff, I have to check how to handle that in a better way. But, well, I guess I can fix it now. Preset structure. We don't have... Oops. I don't know what I'm using like that, but, well... I can change it later. So it's going to be presets. Where is it again? I'm getting lost. Okay, presets, and then current preset. Oops. Preset, current preset, favorite, but I had also to use this from the audio file. Okay, so let me continue here because I have a layer initialization. That's where things are being created. So let me check the file. Okay, the background file then initializes the layer. And this is where we have to change presets name. Then we don't have with reverb anymore. All this is okay. Okay, the LFOs are not going to be in here. Not the MIDI. No envelope, no reverb file, no chorus, no delay. Those global options I'm going to comment because I'm going to add just like that, but I have to check how I'm going to be doing that. So global MIDI channel, global tuning, global fine ground chorus, wave sequencer no. The 3 envelopes are not going to be there anymore. Layer selection we're going to show, filter and zones we're going to remove. The master volume we want to be there, because it's always on the top. And that goes on the preset global. So it's the same as presets. Current multi-preset global volume, and it's plural. Presets global volume. So that's the master volume, okay, for the current multi-preset. Modulation envelope, all this we can remove. Filter, wave sequencer, sampler. Panic we want it there. Preset search, options. Layer voices we don't show there. Man, this bird is loud. All the preset stuff we want there. Also the library stuff. Keys on to no. And the about box. Why it's complaining about the about box? Oh, maybe I remove it. So let me go a bit back there. About box image. We try remove it. And the component. It's just quicker to do like that. So the about box is in there. Let me see what happens if I compile now. If it's going to throw too many errors, because I'm reorganizing everything, so it is going to mess up with the code a bit. Let's see what happens. So okay, we got some errors. Of course. So it's going to be presets, current multi-preset name. About box is also complaining. Of course, I created it 2 times, the variable. Go again. If you look at the images, you're going to notice that we have 2 and 2, so 4 images. So when you first load up, it's going to load the original image, then it's going to, on the background, created a better resized version of it for your screen, because the graphics are all 4K. And when you resize it down, it's going to look a bit different. So fader, okay, we don't care about that in here. We don't care about that in here either. Let's see if there's too many errors too. Yes. Global fine. So layer changed. Oh yes, because this is going to hide and show everything on the screen. So you can remove that. As we're going to be doing in a different way. Shut up, bird. So much noise. Jesus. Need you learn. Okay. Oh, here I'm resampling the images. So there's a few images that I don't need to resample right now. So it's going to be these ones. These ones. The big knob. The sampler. Reverb. I'm going to leave it there because later on I'm probably going to need. Well, I will need. I also have to check for the layer selectors because I changed A, B, C, D, and this a plus instead. So it's going to show any number of layers if it's more than just 3 layers, 4 layers. 3 layers in this case. Text button callback. I don't remember what's that for. Okay, I remember now. I think it's for the media learn, if I'm not mistaken. Why it's showing one? That's weird. It's showing only one time. One error. 3 R's instead of 2. Okay, so where is this now? Paint, if image swap on paint. Okay, I'm swapping the files here. Render font, big knob, we don't swap. Then we have a lot of stuff here that we do swap. So this is for when it creates the better image. So it swaps out with the new one. I'm going to show in a minute what I mean. Media learn, okay, I have to fix the media learn code. It's not going to be working anymore. So this is modulation in media learn, okay. Resize interface. Envelopes, okay, we don't have any envelopes anymore. Almost there. Sampler multi-view, don't have that anymore. Panic button, preset search, options button, filter selector we don't have anymore. About we have, star we have. And here we have to change that. So it's presets, current multi preset, favorite. Why it's not setting to 1? Weird. Preset name again. Okay. Okay, fixed that already. Where is this media learn? Okay, I have to fix that as well, but not right now. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Okay, presets, current preset, favorite. Now I remember why I'm using float, because I can directly add this on and off to the variable of the favorite, which is 0 to 1, but in this case I'm using float. Okay, so that's it. Let's see if it's actually going to do something. No, it's not going to do anything because it's missing a few things, and I have to check. I'm just going to debug it because it's quicker than having to actually go and see what it's missing. Just quicker. And while I do that, I'm going to turn on the AC. It's getting very hot in here because we're on summer, South America. And summer. We're on a winter. What's going for the world? It's 30 degrees here. It should be 0. We're on a winter in South America. Global warming is really messing up with everything. Or global changes on weather, whatever it is. Because it's very hot in here in my office. So loading interface is going to take longer, and where it's doing. Why is it asking to show the browser? It shouldn't. What the hell? Show browser is 0. Huh? So let me check. Display. What is the display? The display is the preset name, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go to the editor. Where is it? Editor. Show browser is an integer. Oh, it's doing an AND. If show browser is equal higher than 0, but it's not. It's actually 0. I just love when this happens. File browser. So just in case, let's check if I'm creating the file browser. Yes, I am creating. Bloody thing. So what's crashing there? Preset name. I think that's the guy that's causing the problem. So yes, because there is no layer. I forgot to create an empty layer, of course. So let me check one thing. The preset name. Okay, this is not going to work. Not like this, actually. So I have to do it in a different way because my layers are all dynamic. And before it wasn't. It was always one layer, one preset, and 4 layers. And now we don't know how many presets and we don't know how many layers are in memory. So instead, what I'm going to do, let me check, and it's either the interface or a component display. But where is this being called? This is going to be easier to understand as soon as I change it. So plugin store preset name. So where's this class? Mouse up, paint. I try to organize as much as possible, but sometimes I just fail. So here, preset name, we remove it because there's no way we can know the preset name when you create the interface. So that was wrong. And then remove the preset name from here. And we should also not create the display and preset in here because we don't have much information. So it's not a big deal. I can just go on the display, and instead of preset the name in here, I go with the editor audio processor preset size is higher than 0. Then I can go and fetch the current presets. Current boot preset name. Then I can do that. But I'm most likely not going to be... Fuck, what did I press? What was that? What I could go and do is just not add to the interface that guy later on, which you don't need on the startup. We need later on. Let's see if it's going to crap something else this time. Of course. What is trying to create a knob image. It's null. Did I forget to initialize the knob image? Looks like so. And which is this? The background is null too? Oh boy. So let's see, I probably removed something else. Let me go to the images in here. Medium knob, okay. Oh, the solution, let's see. Okay, this is the swap when it creates the highest version one, but where is the initialize? Oh, it's in here. Medium knob background. Weird. It should be working. Oh, here's the actual file. So, music on. It looks okay. But it's messing up. Music knob. Because this is created with the add knob. Economic not cached. So let's see what else is being created. Global filter, master volume. Add knob. Master volume. It's the only one I'm creating. Huh. Strange. Let's see what happens if I remove it. I don't like this yellow. I think it should be white. Oh, now it's crapping on the layer change. Because there is no master volume. But still it should be working. Oh, of course, presets. Which preset global master volume is not going to work. That's correct. So instead, well, let's face it. Let's go back to my constructor on a multiprocess because I really need to have at least one layer. Otherwise, it's going to make my everything too much complicated. So it's going to be presets, add new WAD preset, and then preset get the last layers, add new which layer class. It's not right. Layers. Why is complaining? Oh, of course, it's a layer first. Inside the layer, we created a layer class. For now, I'm going to leave in blank. But let's see what's going on. So at least it's kind of working. The master volume works. The layer selection works. The global 2 presets works. I just have to update everything in here. So okay, this is okay. Liquid objects because I can take care of it later on. So what I'm thinking right now is that let me do the release version because the debug version is too slow. What I have to do now is actually also split the code for the display to display just the main selector, the preset browser, but I also going to need two types of preset browser. One without the master volume and stuff like that, or just going to be using something else for that. Let me think about that as it compiles. But I'm trying to look for something here that is not showing. maybe I could just leave the master volume in a fixed variable. Instead, I think it's better. So there is always the variable for the knob to use. And just internally, I look for the table of all the layers and stuff. Something like that. And then I'm going to have a display for the different things, because here on the preset browser, the panic and volume are not going to do much because you don't have anything loaded until you click on a preset. It loads the preset, and now the volume is going to work, the panic is going to work, and then you can close it and shows the interface for layer 1. Something like that. So I'm going to stop for now because I have to do some stuff downtown, groceries and stuff like that. And maybe later I'm going to do another quick video, and I'm going to organize the display so I can start popularizing the layering and stuff like that. And it's going to look a bit better. So, okay, thanks for watching.